This video will go over adding parts and systems to your floor plan. So in the last video we uploaded the floor plan and we saved it, which gave us this floor plan here, and you can see we have this is where the labels for the systems would be, and this would be where the parts would be once we add some in. So we're going to go to Edit Plan, and the plan loads up here, and when the plan loads up we can zoom in on the left hand side, zoom out, we can scroll to zoom as well, and by clicking anywhere and dragging it moves the floor plan around. So what we want to do is add some systems to this floor plan and parts. So on the right hand side bottom is our menu where we add shapes, add notes, add systems, and add parts. So let's start off by adding systems. So this populates with all the systems that would be in our systems page. So we can create systems there, and then we can add them to our floor plans here. Now when you add systems to floor plans, like I'm going to add this sample network closet here, when you add a system to a floor plan it makes a copy of that system. So if I go in and I change anything about the system when I'm done, I'm not editing the original system I made in the My Systems page. This is now a copy that can get edited on its own as it sits in the facility. So I can change out some parts inside the system, whatever I want to do. So I added it, and you saw when I added it, it showed up on the floor plan, and I dragged it into place where I want it to be. So we'll add a couple more systems here. Let's add in the basic systems folder, we had this large system. So this would be an exit kind of system with keypads, so we'll put it by this door. Now we got a couple other doors here that we can put systems by. So let's say, for example, that this system is a good starting system. It's got some parts that I want to use at all the doors. So we'll make a copy. I'll zoom in here so you can see when I hover over it, there's this copy icon. So by clicking on that copy icon, it makes a duplicate of it, and I can drag it to another location. Click it, drag it to another location. Now we have 3 copies of that system. Now when I click on it, it has this label, and this label is how you can identify this when you save it, the customer as a PDF or the floor plan as a PDF. So this image might be too small to see the label that's on there, so you want to make it, you can make them a little bit larger. So we can go to settings and we can grow the items a little bit, make them a little bit larger if we want. So I can now click on it and give it more of a name. So we'll say this is the south exit, and then just close this, and now it says south exit on top of it. We can turn this one, which has the number 8090 right now, we can call this the elect closet for electrical closet, and now that one has that label of elect closet. When you print up the PDF, it'll have larger pictures of these wiring diagrams. So this is your reference to what that diagram is and where it is in the floor plan. Now one thing you can do, you see these icons are taking up a lot of space. I'm going to talk about this later, but you can click on these icons and click a button called Separate Icon. And what that does is it makes the icon itself separate from where the point is that's kind of pointing where it is in the floor plan. So that gives you a little bit more room to move things around. I'll do it to this one too. Alright, so now we have those in place a little bit better. Alright, now that's adding systems to a floor plan. The next thing we'll talk about is adding parts. Adding parts is similar to adding parts to the system, to a wiring diagram. So here you can see we have our full list of parts, and if we want to go in and add an Arrowhive access point, here are a mess of access points, so I can click on this access point right here, and you see it adds the part to the floor plan. Now with parts, you see it has that identifying number again. If you don't want to have that identifying number on there, you can just clear it out, and now you see the identifying number isn't there anymore. It makes it a little harder to see, but it is there. So we'll put this one here, and we can make copies of it and move them all over the floor plan to have these access points in place. Now you see that access point icon won't be the one you want to use. Maybe you want to have a different kind of icon. So with parts, you can click on it and say choose icon, and we can make it into a more obvious icon. So we can change it to this icon right here. We can change its color to be a little bit magenta color, and now you can see all of them change to that color. But now we don't know what kind of part it is anymore. And that's kind of the point of this, is knowing what part is on the floor plan. So when I click on one of them, I can click Add Legend, and that adds this legend item where we have the picture of the part, the title, and the icon as it stands on the floor plan. So that's adding parts and systems to your floor plan. The next video will go over wiring them up.